Carly, I was saying, talking about the couch nugget or the nugget couches, but
Yeah,
we had bought him one and then his aunt bought him one. So he's got two. And
I
since
love
he's a
that.
climber,
Yeah,
we requested the new chunk, I think it's called from them now. But they're pricey. And I'm sure the knockoffs, like the dupes, are probably just as good and they're like half price. But he loves those. Like you can build them in different forms. That's why we're thinking about a
yeah,
third because he likes to climb and we need bigger options, but
stuff. Yeah,
she'd love that.
yeah. Um, I mean, of course she would. She's a daredevil through and through.
Yeah.
She was standing on this thing right there where the shoes are.
Hmm.
And I mean
Yeah.
it's padded and she was learning to do the lights because I mean she's two and she literally just wants to do everything. She's like, "Oh, I do it. I do
Yep.
it. I do it." So I let her and then I was like, "Okay, you're all done." And then she was still doing it and she was thought she was funny. She's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." And then
Oh
she
my
ate
God.
shit. And I was like,
Yeah. Literally,
I'm like, "Are
Cash has
you
like
okay?"
this like fake barbecue pit.
Oh. Hmm.
And all of a sudden in his room, I hear crashing and actual crying. So I run in there and he had jumped from, I still have a rocking chair in there. I need to get it out at this point because he's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
But he will stand on that and jump off onto the floor. Well, I guess he had pushed that little fake barbecue pit up next to it, jumped on that, and the freaking doors, of course, caved in. So it like,
Yeah.
uh, and there's no helping him because I got him out. I explained it to him. He was fine. I think it just scared him because it was like the floor came out from under him.
Hmm.
And I get the doors popped back in and he climbs up the chair to do it again. And I'm like, okay, we're not gonna learn lessons very quickly, are we? Like,
Well, that's another thing. A lady that I follow a lot of ladies. I love the
I know
ladies.
I'm constantly being like, oh, this girl I follow. Tyler's
I
like,
know
how many people do you follow?
a lot. Is he
Yeah.
back?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Let
she
her.
said the thing with kids is that kids don't remember everything. So you are going to have to constantly repeat yourself over and over and over again. But if you give them the tools that they can see, it might be easier. Might
Yeah.
be easier. Hmm. Not always
Yeah.
guaranteed, but
I feel like some days it's good, and some days I could tell him the same thing 8,000 times until I'm blue in the face, doesn't give a
yeah.
shit. Like I
I've noticed for myself and for Victoria as if I'm having a hard day with her, we're all having a hard day.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Tyler's
there
always
is
like, you have to fix yourself first. And I'm like, no, I get that, but I don't have time to breathe to get myself together, you
exactly.
know?
And it's
Especially now
very
that it's
hard.
cold. Like, I don't want to go outside and have my outside time because it's freezing. But anywhere
Well,
else in the house, I can still hear him and I cannot regulate myself if
you
he's,
can't.
you know,
You legitimately cannot just walk away from it. It's not an easy
no,
thing to just be able to do it. And
no,
it's truly exhausting. And
yeah.
when those days happen, I'm just like, fuck it, not doing anything. Like today, she's been very clingy, and I'm like, ooh, is she getting a cold? Hmm. Like, what's happening? What's happening?
That
She's
did
not,
happen with us last week. He was so clingy that I was like, I need to not be touched. I want the dogs away from me. If I have a sock that feels weird, I'm gonna freak out. Like,
yeah,
you
no,
know,
yeah,
like,
you're just
and then
overstimulated.
he was sick that weekend.
Yeah,
So hopefully she's not too sick.
I feel really bad for my husband as well because my husband is a cuddler and he loves physical touch and positive affirmations constantly just pouring into him at all
Well, when you have
times.
to physically touch and give positive affirmations to a tiny human all day, it's really hard
And then
to
your husband, yes, it's so
yeah,
exhausting. I'm like, oh my God.
yeah. Tyler's not like a physical touch, like, anything like that, but he he doesn't get like I have to like actually explain like overstimulation for dummies kind of
Yeah.
to him because like he
Mhm.
he just lives life with no anxiety and no, what I
Yeah.
mean?
He's
So I
he's
have
a
to explain these things
well-adjusted
to him.
human.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'm like, how does that happen?
He's been through his trauma. That was it.
Yeah. I'm like, whatever. But
Yeah, it's so hard.
yeah. He's
So
always like,
this,
Brittany, why are you so mad? I'm like, I'm not mad. I'm mad that you're saying I'm mad. I'm
yeah,
overstimulated and
don't
I need a
accuse
drink.
me of shit. Okay, just because I'm
Now I'm
quiet
mad.
doesn't mean now I'm mad. Don't do it. Yeah. Okay, so on Real Moms, today we were going to talk about why we decided to do this. Besides
We're
healing
stay-at-home moms if we
aspect.
can.
Yeah. Besides just healing aspects of it, my sisters have told me that I need to go to therapy. Most of my life, I've been through therapy and it's helpful. I mean, obviously, I'm
I feel like therapy gives you
I'm not
tools to
help.
use in your real
Mhm.
life, but
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
and different people it affects,
I I personally don't heal because I don't deal with it. I'm like, and I'm done.
Yeah, one thing
Next.
that I know about some close friends that have gone to therapy quite often is shit kind of gets worse in
Real.
therapy before it gets better because things you suppress and things you kind of like
It gets
forget
brought up.
about, like
Yep.
purposely forget about it. Yeah, it's all brought back up, and I guess that's the term. It triggers you. I feel like that term is overused a lot, so I that's why I did that. But
I
you know,
mean, yeah. Bottom line is my backstory is not a good one, not a positive one. And I am stupid from not monetizing on that years ago.
yeah,
Completely stupid. I have landscapers if you see me looking around. So I'm like, what are they doing?
yeah,
What's happening? Um, so yeah, so I decided that it was time to bring it up.
and also you've always worked. Well,
Oh
we
yeah.
both always worked and like made our own
Mhm.
money, and being stay-at-home moms now and not kind of relying on our husbands.
Yeah,
It was a very hard transition for me.
totally.
It
Oh
still
yeah.
is. I still
Yeah.
struggle with being like,
Yeah. I have a friend whose
I get it's
husband,
our money, but it's
yeah.
also like,
I have a friend who's been married for 15 years. They've been together for 15 years. They've been married, I want to say 12, no,
okay.
13 minimum, maybe 14. I'm not quite sure. They've been together for a long time. Okay. And she has two children, and he works in the oil field, and they're a beautiful couple, and they have amazing kids. But she feels that she needs to work. So on Thanksgiving, we were with them, and she said, I need to work because I don't want anything that I buy held against me. And Braden was just like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Like, I don't want you to feel that you ever were being
Yeah,
held, it's being held against you. And I'm
yeah,
like, I get that, but when you get stressed out about money, it's always well, you're buying. And it's not I'm buying. I'm doing
yeah,
what our household needs.
yeah.
It's never a
Yeah,
dig against me. He's not trying to be rude or anything, but
no. It's
money is
all
very
about
stressful.
proper communication for your partner, really. Because
Really.
things are received differently than what the other might mean. You know
Right.
what I mean? Just by a shift of tone or like one word would make a difference, you
Right.
know?
Yeah. And it's it's very hard
Yeah. Like I even
because
struggle with because I was struggling with obviously I'm a stay-at-home person and um I'm the one that cooks. So obviously I'm the one that needs to get the groceries because Tyler doesn't cook. He doesn't know what ingredients. And even if I'm sending him to the store,
right.
it's just easier for me to do it. So I
Right.
finally started doing like grocery pickup because
So smart, by the way.
I'm not a brave mom to bring my child into the store. I will leave my cart where it be and dip if he's acting crazy. So I don't even do it. So
And
that
she
started
means
kind of being a
completely full.
struggle because it was
Completely
like,
full cart. She will leave,
I will
grab
leave it.
him, and run.
I will.
Yes, I
I will.
know. That's why I have to
Shit,
say
I
that.
will tip a freaking employee and be like,
Yeah,
sorry, I know someone's
so
gonna have to
sorry.
put it back, but
Mhm. Yeah. Do you take Venmo?
yeah, exactly. But I would, he never was like, because without my income, please, cash. Without my income, I also, and he's making a significant amount less because he was in the car business and they make stupid money. But I'm gonna go crazy. Um, but so me making, not making the budget, me doing the grocery list and stuff for a while, there was like times that he'd be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't spend that much on groceries. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know the bills. So
Right.
I don't know what comes in and out or what comes out and when. So I'm like, you need to give me a specific dollar
Number.
amount that I need to keep under, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Please, 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 please. Stop it. You're gonna have to. I can't. I can't. I can't do it all. Oh, I'm just gonna have to listen to him whine because I can't do that. He's making me freaking sweat.
Yeah. That's part of
Anyway, I probably lost my train of thought in there, and that probably made zero sense, but I probably never
budget.
even made my point. But
No, yeah. This is why we're doing it, is
yeah,
to bring something else out of just being a stay-at-home mom.
yeah,
Like my my reasoning behind it is I've been lied to so many fucking times by people that chose to give birth to me, and I
yeah.
am sick of it. Sick of it.
So you're here to break generational curses for your daughter.
Yes, and the worst part is that my generational curses did a number on me. So anything that I do or
And
anything
it's
that I
hard
react
to
to,
figure it out for yourself
mhm,
and then your child also. Like that's
yeah,
you're like healing yourself, figuring out triggers and figuring
right,
out, like how to not have those things trigger you. You know what I mean? Which is freaking
very
hard
hard.
to recognize
Mhm.
originally. And then it's also hard to change because it is easier to
Said than
just
done.
let anger out and,
Oh,
you
totally.
know,
Anger is literally my first response for everything, and I don't mean it. Just because
yeah,
I react that way doesn't mean I'm actually mad. And that's my problem. I don't want to be angry mommy. I don't want to be my
yeah,
child thinking that she's going to piss me off. She
yeah,
could she can irk me. She can do a lot of things. I will never not be my child's biggest supporter ever. I will
absolutely. Yeah.
never have her feel the way that I felt
Like
ever.
a burden or,
Oh,
yeah,
totally. Like the whole kid should be seen and not heard. I'm sure plenty of people have
which
heard
is
that one.
absurd because it's like,
They're
aren't we
kids.
training, not training, aren't we supposed to be
Right.
raising these tiny humans to be
Exactly.
real
Adults.
adult
Yeah.
humans? And how can we ask adults, young adults, to be mature and know exactly what they're supposed to be doing when
They're not mature.
their whole childhood they've just been told to shut up?
Yeah.
Like
No,
you can't
it's a
you can't
very
expect.
different generation. And the bigger thing is I think that my generation was like, what the fuck did we just go through? I
Yeah,
went through Y2K in my early preteens. I went through the internet actually coming out. Do you know what dial-up
honestly,
is? Brittany, do you know what dial-up is?
honestly. Oh yeah, we had dial up. We would
Okay.
sit in the living room and
Okay.
it'd be going.
Because I'm 9 years older than you. Well, you're
Yeah, I was 93.
and I'm 86. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
there's a good gap.
you're still a millennial. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like an elder millennial. I'm,
Mhm. The bottom, the bottom half.
yeah, not a total baby millennial, but
Yeah, you're the bottom
yeah.
half.
My
Yeah,
sister's like a baby millennial. She's 91.
I
And it's only
think
2 years, but isn't it 90?
she's not 91. She's younger than you, girlfriend.
95.
Just
I went backwards.
yeah, yeah. She's too late. I think she's Gen Z.
Oh.
I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. Don't ask me
Oh,
that shit because I don't know.
Cassie. It's
See,
really hard.
it's really hard.
Maybe if I just sit in his freaking room, because I can't do the whole, please. What is it? You just don't want to be alone or what? You have eat your apple. I'll sit in here with you. Goodness gracious.
Good boy. He doesn't know what he wants, just like we don't know what we want,
Doesn't
and he's
want
3.
anything. He just wants to whine.
Yeah, poor buddy.
He's
Um,
literally watching his tablet now. He just wanted me in the same room, I guess.
Perfect. Mine doesn't do that. Yeah, she does. She's like, I want to carry you. I'm like, you want
I
me to
want to
carry
carry
you?
you.
I'm like, okay, I'll carry you. She's so sweet. It's just it's a different world and it's very hard. My dad makes fun of me and he's like, that's you guys all sound like that now. And I'm like, yeah, because we my dad swears up and down that I was potty trained before I was one. There's no fucking way that I was potty trained before I was
Literally,
one.
I don't understand because all the generations above me, it's like everyone did everything so fast and they act like we just
Yeah.
don't do anything with our kids and we're not like teaching them. And I'm like, no, I don't. I think you forgot like actually what happened, you
No,
know?
they totally forgot. There's no way that I was okay. And then he was like, well, then definitely before 2. And I was like, yeah, she's not ready. She shows no interest in the
Yeah.
potty. She is not ready. I will ask her, Victoria, are you pooping? She goes, no, go away. Ugh.
And she's,
I'm like, sister,
yeah, Cash is ready. Sorry, I'm probably making you motion sick, but
you're fine.
Cash is definitely ready. Um, it's my problem. It is me getting frustrated and not sticking with it. Like he peed on the potty one day, 2 times in one day, and
Ooh,
then
nothing else.
no, because like then he had one day where he was like occupied and didn't want to go, and I was
You
like,
have to,
fuck
honestly,
it, not dealing with it.
it's literally consistency. Every 30 minutes, you have to take them to the bathroom. Stop drinks
Yeah.
before bed.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the
Yeah.
hardest part.
We've gotten to where no drinks before bed are very limited. Ours is strictly the actual routine of getting him on the toilet every half
Yeah.
hour.
I mean, you're just going to have to literally set yourself an alarm and make yourself
I
do it.
honestly think because they make little potty training watches, even if he's not wearing it, I think that can you even hear anything but him.
I can barely hear him. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
You
I'm
need
so
AirPods.
distracted.
Yeah, you need to ask your husband for AirPods or your parents for AirPods for Christmas
Yeah, yeah.
because they're
His
literally
broke, so he
amazing.
just bought ones himself.
Well, there you
I
go.
do need to get some. My
You
internet is
do.
unstable here.
I can see you.
Anyway, they make these watches that even if he's not wearing it,
It will go
I
off.
feel like I can, when it goes off, like
Yeah.
after a couple times, he'll understand, you know?
I mean,
He knows
no.
I think he's catching on he's not supposed to be in front of this camera, and that is the game.
Oh, it's totally the game. Put a mask on him and let him run around. Give him a oh my God, Friday the 13th or a Freddy Krueger mask. They can run around like that. Oh, Michael Myers. Oh, that'd be so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Can you
Or
just imagine him? He would
what
have
is
so
it,
much
that
fun with
little
you.
the Saw,
Yes.
that mask with the
Yes.
tricep.
Yes. Do it. He would love that.
Oh
You
my
should get
gosh.
that to him when we're doing
Have
that. And then all of a sudden you have like this little serial killer running behind the camera.
No, literally, people would be like, what is that?
You just have to explain it a couple times and then stop explaining it, and then people will know.
I mean, that does get views. Weird stuff happening in the background.
Oh, totally. Yeah. But he wants to be a part of it. If Victoria was up, she would be doing the same shit.
Yeah. Well, and every time I'm on here, he remembers you having that freaking pumpkin sweatshirt on. And ever since
Yeah.
then, every time the computer's out, he's looking at it going, pumpkin?
I'm wearing blue today, buddy.
He's ridiculous.
He's so cute.
But yeah, I feel like I'm doing this, well, first off, because you asked me to.
Absolutely. I miss
Um,
my friend.
and now that we're in different states, we are guaranteed to like have a little hangout sesh at least once a week. So it's kind of a win all around, you know?
Yeah,
Like Tyler was like, I'm really glad that you guys are actually doing this and you're sticking with it because, you know,
yeah.
like for a while he'd be like, "How's Sammy?" And I'm like, I should text her because you get distracted and whatever else, and
Yeah, this
and now
this
I'm
girl
like,
likes to leave me on red
okay,
for
I
a
am
month.
really bad about that, but it's not on purpose.
I know.
So bad
Yeah,
about it.
that's okay. I don't take it personally. And
The
if I did, I'd
problem
just blow you up and call you.
is the freaking advertisement things. I have, you can't even see it. Dang it. I've got 205 unopened texts right now. Yeah, you can't see it.
Why?
Because they're like advertisements, like, like
Delete them. Block and just do it.
I mean,
Block.
I do typically when they get about here, I'm due for I just delete them all and then,
That's probably why your camera's not working.
well, my camera's not working because I smashed it in the couch, but
Oh,
like the recliner,
gotcha.
the metal pieces,
Mhm.
that's why it's all
Yeah. Oh
broken.
my God,
Yeah.
girl. That looks like Falco got it.
And then after this, I, I dropped it in the toilet. Then I had a whole pot of oil
What happens when
that
you
I
don't have
typically
six
like
eyes?
save it. And I had my phone set up making a TikTok and it bloop popped into the oil. I don't even, we're lucky the phone even works. So,
That's true. That's true.
but
Yeah, I mean, it also helps that you come from a normal-ish family, you know?
yeah, I do think that I'm extremely lucky in the
You
fact that
are.
I have come from a really good family. I didn't have any kind of childhood trauma or anything like that. Hey, do not do that. He's
It,
standing on the
it,
back of the couch to jump.
it's
Um,
Johnny Knoxville. Yeah,
yes,
can be
with
fun.
his tablet in his hand.
Of course.
Um, So,
It has to go too.
how are you going to catch yourself if you fall? Hey, no. Sit down on your bottom, please. Thank you. Anyway, um, didn't have much, you know, trauma as a child or anything like that. I think what I am like my generational curse, I think that I'm changing is, or is trying to figure out how to regulate myself before I can regulate my child. Because I have seen it firsthand that, I mean, obviously, kids are annoying and they don't listen. Sit on your bottom. Cash, you're not doing it. Okay. Sorry. Oh my God.
Did he jump?
Almost. I caught his front. He's leaning his face like he's gonna dive into water, but he's holding his tablet, so he's not gonna catch himself. The nugget is there. He's gonna land on hardwood floor. Do not do it. Anyway, um, at this point in my childhood, I'd probably be like, get down or you're gonna be spanked. And I would have been spanked. It's not funny. Oh
But you
my
keep
God.
laughing.
Don't do it. Sit on your bottom. I can't handle the repetitiveness. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
no, it's so annoying.
And like my problem is it gets to this point and I'm like, you're just gonna have to learn.
Yeah,
Sit on your.
or move the nugget.
Did you hear him?
Nope.
I am gonna move the nugget. He jumped, but it was a careful jump. Like he squatted and then okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, that's what
Um,
I would do. I'd either make
but
it safe or I would freak out. Those are my two options.
yeah, I put the a piece of nugget there. And he's moving
Perfect.
it because he doesn't
Want to be safe. It's fine. Fine.
anyway. Um, regulating myself
What?
first is key.
Hmm.
And that is extremely hard. He literally moved it and he is doing it.
Take the tablet if that's what's worrying you.
He put the tablet down, so
Okay,
he can at least catch himself. He's got both hands to catch himself now. So,
there you go.
I mean, people are like, you're
Hmm.
gonna let him do that, but it's like you've just witnessed this. I can't spend all day telling him to stop. He's gonna have to learn his lessons at some point on his own. All I can do is try to make him safe, but I also don't want to scare him.
Just like that
Like I don't
thing.
want to give him anxiety. Yeah.
Yeah, I told her, I was like, girl, she did it again today. She climbed up there and she was messing with the lights. And I was like, do you remember what happened? And she goes, yeah. And I said, you got a boo-boo on your back, didn't you? And she got a boo-boo on her back. Like she landed
Oh
on
my
something.
gosh.
She didn't freak out, cry. So it didn't give her the element of scared. And that's
Yeah.
the problem. She just
Yep.
like she doesn't remember. Like she remembers she fell, but she doesn't remember that it didn't feel good.
Yeah. No,
So
he's jumped multiple times because he jumps and he's like freaking flat-footed. And he will like you can tell he hurt the bottom of his foot. And he'll whine for a minute and then he'll loop around and do it again. So I'm like,
yeah. Do you remember walking barefoot?
I still do.
How does it feel now?
Um, well, especially now that I don't get regular pedicures, it's still fine.
Ugh.
I have those Missouri calloused feet now.
Ugh. I walked, so we have new landscaping happening. So we have rocks and they're sharp rocks. And
Yeah.
I walked out there and I was like, holy fucking shit,
Mm-hmm.
this sucks. This
Yeah.
really does not feel good. Victoria walks out there and she's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. I think it's because their
What?
feet are just like so
They
tiny
just
that
don't
like,
know. They just
yeah.
don't know. They
I mean, I
don't
used to
know.
like run.
Same,
Definitely
same.
can't do that now. But
Yeah,
hey,
you
good
can never,
point.
I
Good
was
point.
never I was never in shoes. I was never doing what I was supposed to.
Yeah,
I was literally cash. Like right now, that was me. Like no fear whatsoever,
I can't
unhealthy.
handle
Yeah, there obviously. But now I'm like, I walk outside and I'm like, I haven't gotten my pedicures done in a long time as well. I think it's been over a year, ever since my
Well,
stepmother-in-law
we're not
died.
with each other to do our regular.
Right. I know. Well, and for some reason, whenever my husband went to work, a nail broke.
And then you had to wait for him to come back home.
Exactly. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit. So what do I have? Absolutely nothing.
I I got to a point where like in the summer, since I'm gardening, I I hated being careful with them, but I
Yeah.
also hated paying for them just to mess them
Get
up in the
ruined.
freaking dirt
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yep.
And so then I was like, oh, I'll just do them in the winter. But then it's like, please, please leave me alone. God.
Poor
Um,
buddy.
poor buddy,
Yeah.
poor mommy.
I mean,
He's gonna hang himself on my cord. Anyway, but then in the winter, I'm like, do I really want to pay for it just to like get used to them again and to like, because now I've gotten used to my hands without them. But like
oh my
for a good
God.
year,
I
when I
haven't.
first didn't have them, they feel and look like just fat little stubs, like not even
Yes.
full fingers, because I've had
Yes.
long nails on for so long. And I
Yeah.
don't want to go through that self-consciousness again.
Girl, my hands, I feel like they're not ugly, but I feel like, bleh, you know?
No, I feel because I bite them too, which is also why I started getting nails
I
done.
know. Stop it.
That
It's a
and
horrid habit.
my anxiety picking.
Hmm.
Nails
Those were
for
really
some
bad.
reason I wouldn't do that.
Well, yeah, because you paid for it.
No, like I don't pick at my nails. It's like the sked.
I know, but it doesn't feel good when you're getting your nails done.
Well, that's true. It burns like
And
shit.
you,
But
exactly. Start burning yourself. There you go.
but it's like I
Problem
don't
solved.
even realize I'm doing it until I'm bleeding. But there was something
Yeah.
about my nails. It's like since they file them, they're like softer.
Yeah.
Like you can't get a good pick.
No. Yeah. No. Mine are ridiculous, but what it is.
Okay, Cash, you need to watch for Bubba. Do you see him here? You need to watch him. I think it's time to close your eyes, but not really. It's a late nap, and then he would be up forever. Now at this point, I just have to deal with it until about 7:30.
Girl, I wouldn't even wait till 7:30. I'd put his ass to bed at
He
6:30.
doesn't sleep the night though. Okay, okay. Bubba, I need you to move, Bubba.
I know.
Move
Been
up.
there.
Come on. I'm gonna freak out. Let's go. All right. Oh my
I'm only
goodness.
laughing. I'm only laughing because it's not me.
It's like, and I know this is recording, so I can't tell my dog, get the fuck outside.
Yeah.
And it's not him.
Listen,
It's just
it's not. It's
I
just
can't
too
yell
much.
at my child. I know I can't actually yell at him either, but like I get nervous around dogs and babies when they're like this because I'm overstimulated and a
Yeah.
dog's reaction if they're overstimulated is fight.
Yeah.
Please.
I
Please.
Kenzie's pretty chill. She's like your Inky, but
That's
Floyd,
easy.
yeah. He has that bum hip,
Oh,
and Victoria just likes to mess with him. And that's
yeah.
just not, we're not okay with that.
No.
And he tells her, "Mm,"
Yeah.
like it's time to go.
Yeah. Which
But
is like,
he also needs to, we have, my husband and I tell him all the time, like, if you don't like it, go to you leave the situation. You're
Yeah.
5, she's 2.
Yeah. I'm trying really hard, like good dogs or not, whether they're triggered by something or get angry by something. I don't care. I'm teaching him to treat every dog the same.
Every dog,
Like if they have
exactly.
food, a bone, a toy, if
Leave
they're
it.
sleeping, if they're laying down, you do not approach, you leave them
Yeah.
alone. So I
Hmm.
try to always explain, like, Falco is sleeping. Do you see him? Like, you know,
Let him be. Yeah.
but because we also don't put our dog's food, like even Inky, we don't let eat around him just simply because I want him to not get used to being, because, like, what if it is a strange dog and he's at a friend's house and he goes to pet a dog that's eating and it attacks him?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's a terrible situation for everyone involved. My husband and I have always made it a point to mess with our dogs when they're eating, just so that they don't care. Like, we'll touch their face, we'll get in there, we'll take the bowl away. We will
Falco
do.
never cared until we started putting his food up.
Oh,
So we started putting it up because one time Inky had walked behind him and he like gave her like a little warning growl. He didn't snip at her, didn't do anything like that, but that was enough. I was like, fuck no,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
Inky's my first child. Like, you're not doing that, you know. But so we started putting it up and not allowing him to eat when anyone else was around except us. And then it got to where now he's like looking. It's almost like I freaking fucked up and taught him that. But like, I'm like, I can't take a single
Chance.
warning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't. So,
No, yeah, I completely agree. I personally have always told Victoria, just because you can touch our dogs while they're eating doesn't mean you should touch other dogs while they're eating. It's
yeah.
just a thing. Um, our dogs are very gentle with her. Kenzie will literally be like, "Mom, can I have my food back?"
She's like, why'd you take it?
Yeah. She'll
I
just
mean,
sit there and
like
like look
Inky
at
has
me.
her food typically always, but she's mostly in the kitchen because we've got it gated off because Falco, I don't know if anyone else has this issue and he's not fixed. I don't know if that's the problem, but she is fixed and he licks her so much that it like grosses me out and I can't stand it. So I have to leave them separate because it's like,
Yeah.
but
No, that doesn't happen in my household. Both my dogs are fixed.
also Kenzie can stick up for herself.
Yeah.
Like
She's
if
not a
Inky
Cocker
doesn't like it,
Spaniel.
she just stands there and kind of like growls, like and then he
Yeah.
thinks it's a game. Like Falco's like, "Oh, you're playing?" Like,
Oh,
you know,
yay. Yeah.
yeah,
Dummy through and through.
absolutely.
Yeah. He's so cute though. Uh, Floyd, Kenzie used to have an open bowl policy and Floyd ruined that. So
Yeah,
it is what it is. It is what it is.
yep,
Dogs should be respected just as much as everyone else. I completely agree. And that's our job as parents. So
yeah.
until next time.